Final friends, are you ready for a top 5 album showdown?
We're gonna rank Kiss's classic makeup era studio albums.
Not the solo stuff, not the live stuff, although Kiss Live would probably be number 1 in everybody's book.
Yeah, probably. But we thought it would be fun to talk about our favorite classic Kiss studio records. And, the Vinyl Ventures record, as good as it is not an original Kiss studio record. Just to remind you guys, we want you to go to our YouTube channel. We want you to subscribe to that. We want you to talk to us, like Kiss says, and talk to me. Talk to us. Tell us what you want to hear, what you want to see. If you want to see any unboxings, all that stuff. You can see everything that we do at our YouTube channel. Anything
give us
else?
A like.
Yeah, give us the thumbs up,
thumbs up, like.
Comment, share with friends. Take our podcast, the video podcast, and play them at Thanksgiving dinner on the TV instead of the crackling fire. I think that would really set a mood. Anyway, we are talking about ranking Kiss's top 5 studio records, classic era. This is going to be a very long title.
Yes.
Makeup era studio records. And me, personally, having been a Kiss fan as long as I have, I got to say number 5 is this one. And it may upset some people. This is Unmasked. This is 1980. And it's the 8th album by the band. This is technically after Peter is not in the band. I think he played on one song on this, Dirty Livin'. Anton Fig of David Letterman band fame was the drummer on this and in his absence. Anyway, this album is chock full of pop goodness. And it, Is That You opens it up. Shandy, which was a huge hit for the band in Australia and other places around the world. Talk to Me, Naked City, Tomorrow, Two Sides of the Coin, She's So European, Easy as It Seems, Torpedo Girl, You're All That I Want. I know it's not like a classic choice.
Yeah.
But the songs are so good. And I love the cover.
It's a great cover.
Yeah. And, they had this whole build up as if they were going to unmask the band, and they didn't.
Yeah, we'll pull the rug out from under.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to move this. Sorry. There we go. But it is a much maligned Kiss album in their studio output, but I feel like it has to be there just because of that, just because of how good those songs are.
That's fair.
Okay, I'm not going to get any argument.
No, I'm not going to argue the point on number 5.
Okay, so for me, which this could be controversial, for me, number 4 would be what most people would probably put, 1 or 2, and that's Destroyer. I love this album. I love the production on it. It sounds so good. The band was like beaten into shape by Bob Ezrin in the studio. Starts out with Detroit Rock City, Flaming Youth, Shout It Out Loud. It's got great songs, obviously iconic cover, but when I go to listen to Kiss, this is one of the last records I ever go to.
Well, and that's fair because you are in the Kiss Army.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a big Kiss fan.
Yeah,
so
I'm a lieutenant.
Yes. Well, that's very good.
Thanks. I don't have the things on my shoulder, but
you rose through the ranks.
But there are so many great things about this record. And a lot of people, I guess, at the time that this came out, it sounded so good and the band sounded so tight that nobody believed it was actually the band playing on it.
Yeah. Because they're one of those bands that people are like, are they really good musicians?
Yeah. And one of the things I love about Kiss is like that working man's feel where, you don't have to be a prodigy on your instrument to make good music that you're writing about your pee-pee. Which, let's face it, most of their music is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a classic rock and roll trope. Anyway, I think Destroyer belongs at number 4. What do you think?
I would have Destroyer a lot higher just because of what it made Kiss into. I mean, on the tails of Alive, this is what they came out with.
Yeah. The basically the go-to album for
Yeah.
Miss Baby. Okay, let's see. I think number 3 would be Love Gun. But I understand your point about Destroyer. So maybe we shift Destroyer and Love Gun. Love Gun is great. It's got the title track, Christine 16, starts out with Love Gun, Got Love for Sale, Tomorrow and Tonight, Almost Human, Plaster Caster, Shock Me, I Stole Your Love. It's Hooligan. I mean, it's a great record. I've always loved this cover too.
Yeah, and this is really the record of Kiss being Kiss.
Yeah.
And it's the final of their glory years.
Yeah.
It's the final output.
Yeah. So we've got Love Gun. My number 2 would be the first record. It's easy to overlook, and a lot of people complain a little about the first record and the second record not sounding, as great as maybe they could. But listen to the songs that they have on this record that they still play, or that they continued to play for 50 years. Strutter, Firehouse, Cold Gin, Deuce, 100,000 Years, and Black Diamond. That's what, 5-6 songs off of this that were basically mainstays in their sets through their whole career.
Yeah, that they were even playing last year.
Yeah, yeah. So to me, that's number 2. And number 1, for me, without a doubt, is Rock and Roll Over. Another iconic cover. It's got that comic book kind of feel that Unmasked does a few years later. But the other crazy thing about this is this came out, I think, 8 months after Destroyer, and all the work and production and sheen that's on Destroyer is kind of thrown by the wayside, and they're just plugging their guitars in and playing rock and roll.
Yeah,
kind
they're
of
back to basics.
Back to basics kind of feel. And the great songs on here are I Want You, Calling Dr. Love, Ladies' Room, Love 'Em, Leave 'Em, Mr. Speed. That's a deep cut that nobody really knows. That's a really great one. And Hard Luck Woman, which I've read was written by Paul for Rod Stewart originally. And Rod didn't do it. And so Peter sings on it, and he sounds like Rod Stewart.
Yeah.
But let's just recap here. So, number 5, Unmasked. Number 4. Can you hold that? Thanks. I'm going to take this. Love Gun. Number 4, right? Number 3, Destroyer.
We moved Destroyer up
one. Yep.
And that's good because I would probably put it number 2.
Okay.
But
you're okay with 3.
I can live with 3.
Number 2 is the first album, the eponymous album, Kiss. And number 1, Back to Basics, Rock and Roll Over. Now, we know that you guys have strong opinions about these ranked shows because the ones that we've done so far have gotten a lot of views, and they're in little 10-minute packages that are a little less of a time commitment. But we want you guys to go to our socials, whether it's Facebook, whether it's comment on the YouTube channel, Instagram. We want you to tell us what your top 5 classic Kiss era studio albums are, and anything else we want them to do, John. Subscribe to the channel. Tell us what you want to see, what you don't want to see. Tell us how funny John's hair looks. call him a tweaker, Tucker Carlson, any of those things. We just love the interaction. We love communicating with you guys. And sometimes it makes that distance between us and those of you that subscribe and watch all this stuff feel a little bit less when you guys comment and join us on the social media. So please do that. Please tell us what you want to see us unbox, and subscribe and like and comment and share with your family. Anything else?
That covers it.
I think that covers it. So thanks for coming along on this ranking of Kiss's studio records, and we'll see you all the next time around.